All right. That's in the end. Officer, a couple of people that are sleeping. Stand up, guys. Stand up. Still one more person. Just want to get up. Keeping everybody standing. She's dead. Oh, he's dead? Okay. Yes, sir. Bring him out anyway. Please be seated. Come on. I'm going to do the general announcements with the language line. I mean, with the interpreter.
Yeah.
But I can't see her, right?
No, but she's on that.
Okay. I should have to identify herself also. She's what?
She is.
Okay. The language line. Okay.
Your Honor, I'm not sure if she can see me. If she's too far away from the screen, I'm asking her if she can see me, and she's not responding.
Okay. Oh, we can see her through the glass. The reflection.
Okay, she says she can see me now.
Okay. I can see you from a reflection on the glass, so I'm going to make a general announcement for everybody, would also include for her also. Okay. Good evening. This is the 8 o'clock counter. It's February 24th, 2025. The announcements regarding fingerprints and DNA samples are announced at the first calendar of this month will apply to this calendar also. When I call your name, you'll stand behind the podium and give me your name and your date of birth. I will not tell you all your release conditions, but they'll be on your paperwork. It'll be your responsibility to read them. If I set a bond as a secured appearance bond, that means you'll be able to go through a bondsman. Their names and numbers are on some of the walls in the jail. If you don't see them, you can ask one of the officers to get you that information. They do collect calls. At a minimum on your release conditions, it will say no drugs without a valid prescription, and do not drive without a valid driver's license. Okay. All right, we'll start. Ma'am, we're going to start with her right now. Your name and your date of birth, please.
Nikki? January 22nd, 87.
Is your last name Narcia?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you need the assistance of an American Sign Language interpreter so you can understand what's going on?
No.
Are you able to hear me?
No. Yeah, I'm deaf. I'm completely deaf. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't
So
lip read. I'm completely deaf.
Okay. So you do need an American Sign Language interpreter so you can understand the proceedings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I will appoint the office of the court interpreter so you will always have a American Sign Language interpreter during the proceedings in your case.
Okay.
Okay. Does she have does she have a holdout of Phoenix? Does she have a holdout of Phoenix?
Yeah, well, yeah, Phoenix. You got Phoenix, bro. Just misdemeanor court in the morning.
Phoenix tomorrow morning then, right? Okay. It's my understanding you have a warrant out of Phoenix Municipal Court, and you will see a judge about that tomorrow morning. All right. In Superior Court, you have a bench warrant because you failed to appear on the following charges. Possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. Possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony. False reporting to law enforcement, a Class 1 misdemeanor. And criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. You already have an attorney to represent you. Your next court dates will both be at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix at 8:30 in the morning. A status conference on March 3rd and a witness preliminary hearing on March 5. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. And your judge set bond in the amount of $500 secured appearance bond. So you will be able to go through a bondsman to try to get out of custody. I'm going to speak to one of the officers about this. If she wants to, how does she arrange to call a bondsman?
There's a machine that we give them, it's over the years.
But she's completely deaf.
I don't know what, some type of machine.
Okay.
That we have that we're supposed to use.
That probably won't work, but all right. Do you think that you're going to want to go through a bonding company?
No, no.
Okay. All right. At your next court date, you'll probably, or before, you'll be.
I'm homeless. I live on the street, so no.
Okay. All right. You'll be talking to your lawyer, and your lawyer will give you advice. Do you have any questions before I let you go, or go back to the other room?
No, I just feel like I'm in danger. And I don't know, for something, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
I'm just worried. I'm just having a hard time.
Okay. Well, you let your feelings be. You've let your feelings be known, so the officers can always communicate that if they can. Have you been able to understand the interpretation from our interpreter here today?
Yes.
Very good. Anything else?
So basically, I'm not being released, right?
No, the only way you'll be released at this point is if you post a bond. Your lawyer can make an application to your assigned judge to see if the judge will consider lowering the bond or releasing you from custody. The reason that bond was set was because you did not show up for court as you were supposed to do.
Yeah, I couldn't show up.
Right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I totally forgot about it.
Okay. All right. Once you go back to the room, the officer will take you back there. And thanks to the interpreter. Thank you very much. We appreciate all your time.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Have a good, you too. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. It helped having that reflection, by the way, so I could see when she was done. It worked out. Okay. I don't know if you'd have that during the day. I don't know if you'd have that during the day. Reflection. You would? Okay. Abdiel Ramos.
Hello, sir.
All right, your name and date of birth.
Abdiel Ramos, March 22nd, 1991.
Okay, sir, you have two charges before me. One, you have a new case, and one, you have an arrest warrant. In CR 2025-104150, there was a warrant for you for one count of burglary in the third degree, a class 4 felony. You already have an attorney on that. There's a warrant. You'll next be at 175 West Madison Street for status conference on March 3rd and a witness preliminary hearing on March 5 at 8:30 in the morning. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. No drugs with a valid prescription. Your judge set bonding amount of $500 secured appearance bond. Now, in the new case, which is 2025-108913, you're charged with robbery, a class 4 felony, and criminal trespass in third degree, a class 3 misdemeanor. Now, because you had your other case, which I mentioned you had the warrant on, which you're appearing for in front of me for, you had your initial appearance on January 25th of 2024. I do find probable cause to believe you committed robbery, the class 4 felony, in this case. So pursuant to Rule 7.2b, you will be held without bond. Now, you'll be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on February 28th at 8:30, and at this point, a witness preliminary hearing on March 5 at 8:30 in the morning. You'll have an evidentiary hearing on March 3rd at 1:30, and that would be an evidentiary hearing to determine whether bond can be set at that time. Your lawyer will explain that to you. All right, so you have the same lawyer for both cases. All right, step to your left, please.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Travis Stewart. I'm sorry, your name and date of birth, please.
Travis Stewart, March 27, 1985.
You also have two matters before this court. One is in CR 2024-129936. That was a bench warrant, 2 counts of possession of narcotic drugs, 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, both class 4 felonies. There's 2 class 1 misdemeanors, possession of prescription drug, and criminal trespass in the first degree. You already have a lawyer on that. And your next court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix, March 3rd at 8:30, and witness preliminary hearing on March 5th. And bond was set by your judge, the amount of $500 secured appearance bond. Now, on your new cases, and by the way, I would note on that particular case, you had your initial appearance on October 17th of last year. The new case is 2025-108932. You have the charge of criminal impersonation, false identification, class 6 felony, and resisting arrest as a class 1 misdemeanor. I do find probable cause to believe you commit the felony of criminal impersonation. I appoint a lawyer for you, and you have some of the same dates, 228 and 35 at 175 West Madison. But after pursuant to Rule 7.2, you will be held without bond, and you also will have that evidentiary hearing on March 3rd at 1:30 at 175 West Madison Street to determine whether the court can set bond. Your lawyer will explain that to you.
So I don't have a bond?
Not at this point. That's what the evidentiary hearing is for, because the Arizona Constitution alleging to committing a new offense while out on felony release. All right, step to your left, please.
No bond.
Michael Pusateri. Okay, sir, if you need to lean on the podium, I see you got a bad leg, you're limping. So if you want to lean on the podium, you're not showing disrespect, I give you any permission to do that.
Thank you.
Make yourself more comfortable, okay?
Thanks.
Okay. Your name and date of birth, please.
It's Michael Pisaturi, 11063.
Okay, sir, you may say, what are you here for? Because you're here on an indictment, okay? And I'm going to explain a little bit about it, okay? Let me first, and I'm appointing a lawyer for you, okay? You're charged of following 3 Class 2 felonies: conspiracy, possession of narcotic drugs for sale, possession of dangerous drugs for sale. 2 Class 3 felonies: illegal control of an enterprise and money laundering, concealing the proceeds. And 2 Class 4 felonies: possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, possession of use of a weapon, and a drug offense. Okay. Now, these are alleged to have occurred in both November of 2022 and October 5th of 2023. And the reason you know about it, because grand jury is a closed proceeding, and the only time you find out about it once it's served on you, which has been done. That's why you wouldn't have known about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's why I like to explain to people. Okay. And so, you know, as you know, it's anywhere from, you know, more than 2 1/4 years old, at least just a couple of the charges. Okay. All right. Now, obviously, you're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Your next court date will be for an arraignment hearing, a not guilty arraignment at 175 West Madison Street on March 4th at 8:30 in the morning. Okay. Now, after grand jury indicted you, went before another judge, and another judge said bond for you in the amount of $40,000 cash only bond. So at this point, when you meet with your attorney can always make an application, see if it can be reduced, but no promises in regard to that.
You couldn't read
Right now, we make a policy of not changing grand jury proceedings.
What does it mean, cash only?
Pardon?
What does it mean by cash only? I can't get a bondsman?
No, you can't go for a bondsman. You'd have to be cash only.
And when is,
$40,000.
pardon me?
It's $40,000, but that's what I said. Your lawyer can always bring an application in your assigned court to see if that can be reduced. Okay?
But that won't be until when?
March 4th. Okay?
Which is next week?
Yes. All right, step to your left, please. Mark Hawkinson. Okay, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Mark Allen Hawkinson, 6990.
Yours actually, you had a bond, your bonding company surrendered you. I don't know if you knew that. I assume you knew that, right?
Yeah, I mean, they said that I had to just come through and get back out. The bond was going to
Yeah, it was basically, they said you didn't follow the terms and conditions of your bonding company.
well,
One second, let me,
Yeah.
a couple things I have to
Sure,
read for that, so let me just go into that first. It's really nothing magical, so if I don't find it very quickly, I'll just speak the obvious, okay?
Yeah.
Here we go, okay. Okay, because it was based on the charges of arson, a class 3, prohibited weapon, manufacturing, possession or sale, class 4 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, class 4, and possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6. You already have a lawyer on it, by the way, and can't return the scene of alleged crime, etc. And your next court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street, status conference on March 3rd, and witness preliminary hearing on March 5, 8:30. If you postpone, make sure you show up. So anyway, let's see.
Can I talk?
I just want to go over certain things.
Yeah, sure.
I'll give you a chance in a second.
Okay, thank you.
Don't worry about that. You already have an attorney on the case, so don't make any more finding. So I'll go ahead now. Now it's probably good
Okay,
time.
the ankle monitor I had. So the bail bondsmen, they dropped me off because I guess it was ringing, it was like vibrating or something like that. And, it wasn't dead, but it was, I guess it can call you. And, I didn't know that, but it wasn't speaking and
Okay. One thing, let's put this
Yeah.
way. Did they put the ankle bracelet on you, or did the pretrial services do it?
no, it wasn't pretrial services.
It was the bonding company?
Yeah, yes.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got no new charges and there wasn't really anything wrong with it.
Okay.
So I was seeing
Okay.
if I was going
This
back
applies to
out.
everybody, by the way.
Yeah.
I always recommend to people, even though you have a right to speak, since everything is being recorded, not to talk about the facts of the case
Yeah.
tonight, because the prosecutors could always get a copy of the recording.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
keep that in mind, okay?
Yeah.
All I'm doing, sir, is reinstating the previous bond of $25,000 security appearance bond, so you can go to a bonding company,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. So if the bond wasn't like taken off, would it put it back on afterwards?
You're almost talking like it's a light switch.
Yeah. Well, like, cause they didn't.
No,
they
let's
didn't
put it this
kill
way,
it,
they surrendered to you, doesn't mean you can't go to, say, different bonding company and getting a bond.
but- Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I thought
If that's what you mean.
I thought they were just putting me in there and I had to get back out. Just cause I was unsure about cause I had an ankle monitor, but I paid the bond and I had no idea why
That's
they put
between
me
you
in
and
here.
Not as bonding company surrendered you, not the,
yeah, I just didn't know if I was wondering if I was getting back out, if I could get OR'd or?
No, you can't be OR'd, but I'm saying you, I'm resetting the original bond, so you can go through bond.
Okay, all right, yeah,
Get your left, please.
all right.
Jesse Sturzik?
Good evening,
All right,
sir.
Your name and date of birth, please.
Jesse James Sturzik, 21885.
Okay, you're here on the following charges. Class 3 misdemeanor of criminal trespass in third degree, 2 class 6 felonies, criminal impersonation, and possession of drug paraphernalia, 2 class 4 felonies, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, and possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense. Now, in regards to possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, based on the limited information I have, I can't find probable cause for that. Doesn't mean you won't be charged with it, but at least at this stage, I'm not finding probable cause, so I'm making my decision based on the other charges, okay? And your lawyer can explain to you about that. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on March 3rd at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing at this time on March 5th at 8:30. Okay, you can't possess any weapons, can't return to the scene of the alleged crime. The state was asking for a bond of $25,000. I'm going to make it a security appearance bond of $15,000. So if you post your bond, you better show up for court, or else you could lose your bond and a warrant will issue for your arrest. Okay, step to your left, please. Catherine Allen.
Hi.
Your name and date of birth, please.
Catherine Allen, 623 of 62.
All right, you got 2 matters before me. One, you got something at Towson City Court, and the address will be on your paperwork, by the way. It's classified misdemeanor theft, obtaining a service without paying. It's a warrant.
That was out of an accident. I didn't.
I know, I'm just telling you, it's a
those,
warrant.
those ring up self things.
Okay, I'm just telling you, you still got to show up for court, and address it, okay? A lawyer will be appointed to you at the next hearing. Your arraignment at the Towson City Court will be March 3rd at 8:30. You cannot initiate contact with a alleged victim or victims. Now, I'm setting a bond in regard to this $100 security appearance bond. I'm doing that for the limit. A lawyer will be appointed for you for the limited purpose of bond pursuant to Rule 6.1B1C. All right. Now, because otherwise, if you're still in custody on the other felony charge, I wouldn't transport you, and you're back to warrant.
So I can get out for $100?
Well, no, because you got the second case, probation violation. On a class 4, possession of dangerous drugs, I appoint a lawyer for you. This is an old warrant.
Yeah.
A really old one.
Really old.
Yes. You'll be in 201 West Jefferson on March 3rd.
So can you lower it a little bit?
Well, 1 second. at March 3rd at 8:30 for a probation revocation arraignment hearing. If you would get out, you need to contact your probation officer, whoever it might be now,
Right,
in 72 hours. So your warrant's from 2016.
yeah,
It's ancient, you know?
yeah, thank you.
And
I
yours.
thought I was done with it, you know?
Nope, you're wrong, because, and this time you were out on warrant status, it tolls the time. So you're still
Yeah,
on
I think I
probation
screwed
for-
up somewhere on my,
Okay,
So-
well, you're judged at bond, the amount of secured appearance bond of $3,000. And so.
can you
can
lower
ask
that
your-
at all,
You
sir?
can ask your lawyer to go to your assigned judge and see if it can be lowered. But in the meantime, no. You know, you lose some,
Can't just lower it, it's an
No.
old warrant.
well, but also, you're on probation. You didn't take your probation very seriously either. So now
Well-
you gotta take it more seriously. So
Well, I
step-
will.
Well, you can judge a person's better by their actions than their words. So you'll have to prove it in the future. Okay, step to your left.
So do I still got the bond
Yeah,
at 3,100
yes.
and then 100, right?
No, 3,100.
So it's 3,200 and I can
No,
bond out.
3,100,
3,100 and I can
Total.
bond out?
yes.
Okay,
And show up for those two courts. And
okay, no,
contact-
I will.
And contact probation within 72 hours of release.
Okay,
Okay.
so,
Up to you.
but my bond's set at 3,200, right?
3,100.
3,100, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll write that down or
It'll
whatever?
be in your paperwork, don't worry.
Okay, all right,
Carlos Villarreal.
okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. No, it's my back. Just stretching. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
One Carlos Villarreal, 11485.
Okay, sir, you've got a new case, burglary in third degree, class 4 felony, and criminal damage, class 6 felony. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Give me 1 second here. The state was asking for a $3,000 bond. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix for status conference on March 3rd and a witness preliminary hearing on March 5, both at 8:30 in the morning. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims or any alleged complainant or witness. And I reduced the bond to $2,500 secured appearance bond. All right, step to your left, please.
For 2,500, I get out?
2,500.
2,500?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to try Vincent Conan. Did I pronounce it right?
Yep,
Wow. Okay, your name and date of birth, please.
8/21/95.
And name.
Hmm?
And your name.
Vincent Conan.
Okay. Even though I can see your picture on my screen, I have to make sure. Okay. All right, you're the charge of burglary in the third degree, appointing a lawyer for you. Likewise, will be March 3rd, March 5 at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street for a first city status conference and then a preliminary hearing. You can't return to the scene of the alleged crime. You can't initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. And no weapons and no alcohol and no drugs without a prescription. Now, they did, the state filed what's called an order of secure attendance. They took you out of Safford, right?
Yeah,
How much time do you have left?
I got 3 months left.
Okay. Well, bond is set amount of $2,000, but obviously this gives you the opportunity to possibly get credit for both. You know,
Wait, what?
Your sentence and this new case, but obviously if you can get 3 months, you'll talk to your lawyer about that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, but most likely you end up staying up here before going back to DOC.
What happened?
You'd probably stay here.
Yeah.
Going back. A lot of people don't realize they'd rather go back to DOC rather than stay in the county. So that's why I just mentioned it to you.
Yeah, I'd much rather go back to DOC. What?
But
What, I'm gonna be stuck in here though?
that's what you talk to your lawyer. The odds are good that you'll be staying here.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
That's the
Thank you.
Jeremy Carlisle? Okay. Your name and date of birth, please.
Jeremy Allen Carlisle, Jr., March 19, 2001.
Okay, you got a bench warrant at a Superior Court for the possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4, and Class 6 possession of drug paraphernalia. You already have an attorney, already on this, and so you have a post-warrant status conference at 201 West Jefferson on March 6th, 8:30. And another judge said bond for you in the amount of $500 security appearance bond.
So will I be able
You can
to,
go to a bondsman, yes,
will I be able to leave tonight?
if you post your bond.
Okay.
Okay? That's why you gotta show up for court, all right? This case, the warrant was from over 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was when I was, addict, terrible
I
addict.
know, but still, you gotta show up for court.
Okay.
That's why your judge said
But
that bond.
then now I'm sober,
Well,
working.
good.
Yeah,
And then,
And-
you know, when you do get out, things will be a lot better for you then, right? Okay.
huh?
Well, I'm saying that you'll be able to handle things better if you're sober now.
Yeah, I
Okay?
am sober, yeah.
Good,
yeah.
I'm saying.
And then, that's what I was
But right now, because you haven't been around for two years, you know, your judge's, bond amount will stand, all right? Step to your left.
All right.
Richard Cupper. Sir, your name, date of birth, please.
Richard Cupford, 4779.
Let's see, I'm just trying to figure out. You got a case out of Mesa? Does he have any holds?
Yes, Judge, looks at the warrant of the Superior Court.
He was what, Mesa?
It's not showing Mesa.
But he does have a hold?
Yeah,
So you'll be seeing that's probably a city court though, right?
just the Superior Court. It doesn't say what city.
Well, let's deal with this one. It's a bench warrant, possession of dangerous drugs, class 4, possession of narcotic drugs. So dangerous and narcotic drugs, both class 4s, drug paraphernalia class 6, and leaving the scene of an accident. You didn't show up for that. You already have a lawyer on that. You'll be at your status conference on March 3rd at 8:30, and witness preliminary hearing March 5, both at 175 West Madison. Can initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims, and your judge said bond amount of $500.
Yeah, I had, was supposed to see
How many-
I was supposed to attend a status conference this past, Friday, I believe.
Okay,
I
let me look it up, by the way.
I contacted, pretrial services to let them know I didn't think I was gonna be able to make it there on time.
1 second, let me look it up.
Okay.
I'm having trouble hearing you also, that's part of the problem. All right, yeah, bench warrant was issued 3 days ago. Oh, no, 4 days ago, I'm sorry, on the 20th. Give me 1 second here. Did you talk to your lawyer?
I did not, I left a voicemail for my lawyer.
Okay.
I talked to pretrial, services. They told me, that if I wasn't going to make it on time, wasn't gonna make it in the morning at all. If I wasn't gonna make it before close, that I was to call. I thought I had until today to call.
No. Well, as I said, talk to her and your lawyer and see if the judge will consider changing the conditions, okay?
Okay.
Or going back. Right now, it still has to be the bond your judge said, okay?
I don't have the information to contact my lawyer here.
You don't have the what?
The information, the phone number for my lawyer with me here.
You don't have the phone number?
No.
Let me see something here. I'm pretty sure in Karen Black, right?
We have a general handout that has the public defender.
Okay, yeah, they'll get a number with phone numbers. Okay, she's telling me about that. Okay, I think Karen Black is your attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I'm looking for is.
And I apologize, I thought I was doing what I
No,
was
it's
supposed to
just,
do.
can't find it right now offhand, but anyway, talk to her also. You'll get the number, okay?
Okay.
All right, step over there, please. Timothy Moss. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Timothy Andrew Moss, 3/21/91.
You're probably saying, what are you doing here, right? Because you thought it was all taken care of?
Well, I did,
Okay, because originally you were supposed to be on my 5 o'clock calendar, but I authorized you to be here because you're still at 4th Avenue. Okay, so I did some research in regard to it. And if my memory is correct, when I was looking at, on February 13th, your petition to revoke probation was dismissed without prejudice.
and that was because the new charge,
I know, let me
Yeah.
just recount. So it's dismissed, so there was no violation of probation. And I'm gonna go over everything with you, okay? Because I wanted to make sure it's legit that you're here, okay? So what happened then was, today, today's the 24th, yeah.
Yes.
The probation department filed a petition to revoke your probation, alleging you violated terms 1 and 2.
due to the new charges, due to the case.
The one is to do the possession, you allegedly committed the crime of possession of weapon by a prohibited person, and then the drug paraphernalia charge, a class 1 misdemeanor, and then knowingly controlling a firearm. So that's what happened, and it was signed by one of the judges out in probation violation court. So that was a change, and that's why I did some checking before.
Okay. Do I still get my bond though? Because I had $1,000 bond.
Okay, let me look at it again. Okay, hold on.
Because I was just getting.
Hold on 1
a
second.
bond down.
You released on your own recognizance on February 13th.
Yeah, that was.
I know, hold on 1 second, I'm trying to find it out. Okay. And back on February 6th, when they filed it, a bond was in the amount of $1,000.
Yes.
And you're saying you posted it?
No, I'm saying that, am I still able to have the bond?
I'm saying bond, that's not an issue here.
Yeah, because I was.
Okay, this is the thing here. I'm setting bond in the amount of $500, but it's my understanding you're being held on a new charge of $25,000.
Yeah, that's the violation, that's the
I
violation.
know, I'm just telling you, and the new charge is $25,000.
Yeah.
I said bond the amount of $500 on the probation violation,
Okay,
on top of the $25,000
yeah,
that we get credit for. Now, if you get out, you need to contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No weapons, no consumption or possession of alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. Have I explained it? So you understand what's going down
Yes.
now?
yeah.
Okay, so I just didn't want you to forget about the $25,000.
No, I was just getting ready to post bond on that right now.
Okay, all right, very good. Step over there, please.
That worked, thank you.
Shelby Washburn. Your name and date of birth, please.
Shelley Washburn, 3/3/1992, Your Honor.
A little slower.
Shelley Washburn, 3/3/1992.
All right, you're here for 2 probation violations. I'm appointing a lawyer for you on both. The next court dates will be March 3rd at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson for probation revocation arraignment hearing. On both of them, you're alleged to have violated term 1. And in regard to CR 2021-126937, a bond was set by another judge in the amount of $250. In CR 2023-100951, and the other judge said bond amount of $500. So your total bond is $750.
What did I violate by doing?
Okay, I can tell you what it is. Hold on 1 second. And by the way, get out, you need to contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No alcohol, no weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. Okay, it's a page 2. So all I know is that you're alleged to violate. I'm sorry, I have to change that, by the way. your alleged violated term is 1, 3, 5, and 15. Okay, there's a lot of different terms. I don't have any details on it right now. Okay, so I just have to change this. And, and so your total, as I said, your total bond is $750 security appearance bond. Okay,
Right.
step to your left, please.
It didn't state your signature
Which one?
on number 1.
Didn't take it?
Yeah, on neither.
I did. I'll try it again. I'll be right with you, okay?
Yes, sir.
How about number 1 now?
Okay, now it did, and then.
Now number 2. Because it's showing on mine, but
On number 2, now it did.
now it's all right?
Yes.
All right. Just like we had problems in the computers back there. All right. So your name and date of birth, please.
Kevon Daniel Robinson, date of birth, 04/30/1996.
Okay. Sir, you're on probation for class 4 felony. Possession of dangerous drugs. You're alleged to have violated term 1. I appointed a lawyer for you. You'll be at 201 West Jefferson for probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 3rd at 8:30. Likewise, with other folks who had probation violations, you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You're not to possess any weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. And bond was set in the amount of $200.
Yeah.
Security appearance bond.
I'm pretty sure you can see the record. I just got out December 20th. I was OR'd on everything.
Okay, but let me explain. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Okay.
Maybe it'll answer your question, okay? Okay, go on. The warrant was issued on February 19th, okay? Hold on 1 second. It's alleging that you committed the crime of domestic violence, disorderly conduct on or about February 19th.
Okay, I'm
Okay, but bear in mind, okay, everything's being recorded.
Yeah,
I always recommend to people not to talk about the facts.
I'm
I do that for people's own
I
protection.
know. I'm trying to talk to you.
Yeah, but try to talk louder.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It's not bad. Just with this part class, it's hard.
When I got out December 20th, I was OR'd on everything. The probation case,
Right.
I was OR'd. I was homeless when I got out December 20th. I now have a job. I have a place. I pay my own rent. I have responsibility to take care of it. I did not have a disorderly conduct. I had a verbal argument over the phone with a woman that I was with in the past, and the neighbors called the police that I was not aware of, and that's what the disorderly conduct was about. There ain't no I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and when the situation did happen, I called my probation officer myself and said, "Hey, Aaron, I don't know what happened. I didn't know the police was called on me for having an argument in my own apartment. Apparently, the sheriff said that I had a verbal argument, which was a disorderly conduct, and they said that they're going to arrest me, that it's a misdemeanor." And
You're on probation at Gila County, though, right?
I was.
Like courtesy supervision here?
Yeah, I got out from here, and I went to rehab for a little bit, and then I found an apartment, and then I paid my deposit. I'm just nervous.
What do you do? What's your work right now?
Huh?
What's your work right now?
I'm a line cook at the Butcher Hook in Town.
Okay, they say you're working in a kitchen, cooking in a kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what, sir, I'm doing something I never do before, but I'm looking at your probation officer's notes.
I'm in good standing with my.
Hold on a second, sir.
I'm sorry. I just don't have $200, Judge. I take care of my own rent, pay my own bills.
I'm having technical issues again. So just go to another case and try to go back in again?
Yeah, okay.
Sure. So we've had some problems with the computer, so.
No problem, no problem.
Try this. Sure, I want you to see, we can't do anything with the computer having some issues, right?
Okay.
What?
I think I just might be down, actually.
You can have a seat back, I'll call you back. Okay. We don't know how long it's gonna be, so. Who do you have left? Just people we haven't seen yet? Officer, just the people here you. I don't know how long it's gonna be. Hopefully, we had some problems back there, now it's showing up again.
Have to call CCS.
Okay.
It's down for the girls on the back.
What's that?
It's down for everybody.
Figures. It's gonna be a fun night. For you. So that she can't do warrants either.
I'm not sure.
No, that's what you said before, unless it's a paper warrant.
Oh.
That'd be a problem with blood warrants, because the time issue.
I missed an informational report. Please, give us information informational planning on the financial content of the expenses. Well, if you getting an application error, and then you try to open the running the page cannot be reached if you get into so that's probably until CCS.
What?
We have to wait until CCS gives us a call back. But I left it with,
You just got the message?
yeah, because it's after hours.
Theoretically, it's supposed to, one night they didn't return my call, but this is more immediate, you know?
Yeah, but
Especially that, you know, back there also the same.
that's the only immediate number that we have, unfortunately.
I thought there was another number, but, yeah, but that sounds right. Right now, it's good doing the buffering thing again. Here's a waiting, obviously we can't do anything until the computer comes back on, they fix the problem, so just try to be patient until then. Mr. Robinson, I'm gonna see you later on, obviously with the rest of the folks.
Because you wanted to change the release order.
What?
You wanted to change the release order for number 13, correct?
I'm gonna change it.
Okay. I don't know if in the meantime, I do have the paper release orders for everyone else. Commission.
Oh, you do have it all put there?
I have them printed out, so I don't know if you want to go through the rest of them.
Yeah, and his will have to,
Yeah, because, I mean, all the information is here. I don't know if you want to continue.
I guess we're gonna have to, okay. We'll have to, I guess.
Yeah. So this one is,
Us, yeah, okay. But we're still online.
yeah, we're still on the record, it's just, I just.
Mr. Robinson, you're gonna be last, by the way, wherever you are. You're gonna be last, because, all right, for everyone else, we have the paperwork all printed out. Okay, so I'm gonna call you, and Mr. Robinson, we need the computer for yours. So, let's start with Nikki Ann Hus, H-U-U-S. Okay, your name and date of birth, please.
Nikki Who's 6/24/1995.
Okay, you're here on a, probation violation on class 6 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be March 3rd at 8:30 for revocation arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson. You're not to possess any weapons, you're not to possess or consume any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. If you get out, contact the probation officer in 72 hours. Bond for you has been set in a secured appearance bond, $100. And your alleged violation terms 3, 4, and 5. Okay?
All right.
All right, step over there. Call. Keith Zimmerman. This one kind of got cut off.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
trying to deal with certain other things. See, just in the first name. Okay. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Keith Zimmerman, 4/29/79.
Okay. I have a little more information if the computer was working, so just bear in mind. Okay, you got two matters before me. One is a new charge of possession of dangerous drugs. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Your next court dates will be at 175 West Madison at 8:30 on March 3rd, and a preliminary hearing is scheduled for 2 days later on March 5th at 8:30. Appointed a lawyer for you. And setting bond for you in the amount of $50 on that secured appearance bond, because you also have a case out of, and that your court date, I told you March 3rd and 5th. You got something out of the Apache Junction City Court in Pinal County, all right?
Okay.
It's failure to pay, but it's been a little bit older. Since I don't have the paperwork, okay?
Okay.
I can't tell you, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I
Okay. but
kind
your
of
next
remember
court
what
date,
it was.
It's February 27th at 8:30. I can't remember how much they were asking for. It was a large amount because of probably the amount you owed. I'm reducing it to $200. Okay.
Okay.
And there, you're supposed to be there February 27th, 8:30. The address will be there. My guess, my suggestion is that if you're able to bond out for both of them, show up for both of your courts, start getting some money together, pay them, make them happier, and they don't cause any grief for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like I said, bond of $50 on the new Superior Court case. Otherwise, they may not transport you.
Oh.
So I mean, so
Okay.
that's why. Okay. I said I don't have as much information, but I thought I'd let you know. Okay.
Commissioner, it may be backed up, you just have to open it on a brand new tab.
Okay. Okay, you can go there. No, it's still just buffer.
So, go to the top. Click on that little tab all the way at the top. No, go to the right, most on that one.
You want
Click
it?
it, and then open a new tab. And then you can open it and it should,
So do we send to you?
yeah,
Okay.
so it's back.
Oh, good, it's back up, all right. Then I'll just hand these back to you then.
But just in case.
Yes, good point. Okay, Destiny Harrell. Your name and date of birth, please.
Destiny Royal, 11999.
All right. You're charged with burglary in the second degree, class 4 felony, assault, a class 1 misdemeanor, criminal damage, class 1 misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct, a class 1 misdemeanor. I'm appointing it supposedly says it's domestic violence. I'm not sure about that, but.
No.
So anyway, I don't know why it's listed there, but anyway, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll be at 175 West Madison at 8:30 in the morning for status conference on March 11th with a witness preliminary hearing on March 13th. All right. You're not to return to the scene of alleged crime or initiate contact with alleged victim or victims. No alcohol. Okay. Instead of sitting bond, I'm going to release you to pretrial services with an ankle bracelet, and so they'll set it up for you. And if you remove the bracelet, that could be another felony.
All right.
Okay. And you'll get a packet from the officer. Read that carefully so you know what your responsibilities are. But until they put it on you, you're not getting out. You know what I mean? All right? It may be too late to put them on now. I don't know what the situation is. All right, but show up for court. Don't lose the paperwork, okay?
All right.
Carolyn Pulaski. Your name and date of birth.
Carolyn Polanski, 10/24/61.
Okay. I got to change the level felony. They have it wrong. Okay, you're charged with possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street on March 11th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing on March 13th at 8:30. No drugs with a valid prescription. I'm going to release you to pretrial services, so you'll be getting out in a few hours. Okay, but you're going to have to do drug testing. So you're going to get the paperwork from the officer. Read it carefully, because you got to keep in contact with pretrial services and make sure you get your drug testing done, or else be a warrant. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so don't lose your paperwork, because you'll have your dates of March 11th and March 13th. Okay?
Yes.
All right, step to your left now.
All right. Thank you.
Mohi Soliman. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Moe Solomon, April 4th, 1987.
Okay, sir, you've got a new case, possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony. Appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be 175 West Madison Street, March 11th at 8:30. Preliminary hearing, witness preliminary hearing. It's March 13th at 8:30. No drugs without a valid prescription. Likewise, I'm releasing you to pretrial services with drug testing. So read the paperwork you get there, knowing you got to contact them and make sure you get your drug testing. That way you avoid another warrant. Okay?
Okay. All right.
So you'll be getting out in a few hours.
All right, thank you.
All right. Hannah Sharp. If you feel more comfortable having your mask on, go ahead.
Yeah.
Just as long as I can hear you, okay? If you feel more comfortable, so you don't want to get sick, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Your name and date of birth, please.
Hannah Gabriella Sharp, date of birth 12/10/93.
Okay. Now, let me explain to you. You got indicted by a grand jury for the charge of aggravated assault on a healthcare professional, a class 6 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be March 4th at 8:30 for an arraignment, not guilty arraignment on 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance, even though the warrant, it called for a bond to be set. Okay? I decided to release you. Do not return to the scene of alleged crime.
What is the address? Can you tell me?
No, I don't have that information because it was an indictment. I don't have that. Okay? It's a nurse who's treating you. Okay? Do not initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Now, hold it. Were you on probation?
I'm on well, it's kind of messy because like I got sentenced, but I'm not. I
Yeah,
haven't.
you got put on probation after the fact, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I still want you to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release.
Okay.
Get good communication. Now, you have a case manager also, right?
That's my yes.
Yeah. So I want you to contact your case manager tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. That's within 24 hours of release. But I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. I think I'd rather have you get your treatment, see your case manager, than have you sit in the jail.
Right.
Okay. So, and just, no, I'll just leave it at that. Okay.
Right. Thank you, Your
Step to
Honor.
your left, please. Devontae Osborne. Your name and date of birth, please.
Devontae Flores Osborne, 2/14/93.
Okay, 93 you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. You got a charge at a Goodyear City Court. The address will be in your paperwork. You're charged with assault, a class 1 misdemeanor. I cannot appoint a lawyer for you because of the nature of the charge, but your next court date will be at Goodyear City Court, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on March 12th. Make sure you show up there. Do not initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims, but I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. She'll be getting out in a couple hours, a few hours, but make sure you show up for court. All right, step to your left, please. Sheila Harris.
Hi.
Your name and date of birth, please.
Shayla Harris, 9187.
Okay, you've got a warrant at this El Centro Justice Court. The address will be on your paperwork. I just want to double check, so I don't rely strictly on my memory. Okay. You got a name one for having normally displaying a false license plate, a misdemeanor. Okay, you'll deal with El Centro Court on that. But I'm saying, I'm sure you didn't have much. You'd rather have spent your Monday afternoon elsewhere than being here in the jail, right?
I can't hear you.
You much probably would prefer to be anywhere but the jail on a Monday afternoon, right?
Yes.
So I'm releasing you. So make sure you show up for court. Listen to me.
Okay, sorry.
Don't forget. March 13th at 8:30, because they wanted a bond of $250. So I'm releasing you.
Okay, thank
March
you.
13th at 8:30. Don't lose your paperwork and show up for court. All
Do I
right?
have my license?
What?
Do I have a license still?
I have no idea. This is knowing display a false license plate. You made a check with motor vehicles to see whether they suspended your driving privileges.
Okay, because my job requires me to drive.
Well, then you better check with motor vehicles to get everything clear. 'Cause a lot of times they'll suspend your driving privileges because of this.
How do I get it back? Just going to court to get it back?
Talk to motor vehicles.
Would there?
I can't give you advice.
Okay,
I'm not allowed to.
Okay.
All right?
All right, thank you so much.
All right, now let's go back to Mr. Robinson. All right, once again, you're Kevon.
Kevon, yes, sir.
Robinson, okay. Sir, I haven't done this before. I've done this for a long time. I've changed the bond on a probation violation, and I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. a lot is to do with, just, unless you're snowing me, but also I'm looking at your notes from your probation officer. Make sure you keep in good standing with your probation officer, because I'm saying, I'm looking at that. They didn't, and you also have to deal with that other case. Okay, just leave it at that, okay?
Aaron is the reason why I have a department and a job. Because
Okay, good. I'm saying, then it's a positive thing, you're being on probation.
Yeah.
Just be careful about anything else.
Yeah.
So you still have to be in court at March 3 at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Kareem Shakri. Good evening. So I guess it's now evening now.
Yeah, good evening, sir. How are you doing, Ari?
Okay, well, let's find out your name and date of birth, please.
I'm Kareem Shakri, December 8th, 2001.
Sir, we weren't picking on you that you're last. Just the fugitive justice cases take a lot longer to do.
Okay.
Okay, that's why you're wondering why you're last.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Could we just hold off on the speaking until they stop rustling? I can't hear you well. You know?
All right, I'll talk louder. Is that better?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's why I say to people I have trouble hearing.
Yeah,
People
I'm
talk
going to
up.
speak louder as well.
Sure, okay.
Thank
You don't have to apologize for that. Let's just make sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
All right. So give me your name and your date of birth.
Kareem Shakri, December 8th, 2001.
Okay. Okay, let me just. Because I have to read a lot of things to you, so.
Yes, sir. You do what you must.
Looks like you have a warrant out of the state of Maryland in Baltimore area.
Yes, I believe that is
Yeah,
correct.
okay. If I could read, it said Baltimore, so I assume it's Maryland.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That state wants you back. Before the court, I noticed you had it in your hand. Did you have a laminated card?
Yes, sir.
Did you read it?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, as I said, as I've indicated, you have a warrant from the state of Maryland. You have a choice to make at this time, though if you're not sure what you want to do, we'll just set it for another hearing date, okay, before another judge. You can choose you choose your right to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to the requesting state within 30 days, or you can demand an extradition hearing and a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you're sent back to the state of Maryland. You're still hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. If you decide to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you'd be held non-bondable in Maricopa County Jail for a period up to 30 days to allow time for the requesting state to come for you. That 30 days would start tomorrow, as long as you don't have any local charges anywhere in Arizona. If you do have criminal charges pending against you in Arizona, the 30-day period would not start until those charges are resolved.
Yes, sir.
If you choose to have an extradition hearing, I'll set a hearing for you on March 10th at 1:30 at 201 West Jefferson, where you'll meet with another judge. I cannot appoint a lawyer to represent you because extradition matters are civil in nature, but you'd have a right to hire a lawyer at your own expense.
Yes, sir.
You're entitled to bail, which in this case determined to be $25,000 cash. I'm sorry, it was $50,000 cash. If you're unable to post a bond, you'd be held in custody during that time or until another judge modifies your bond or bail. A governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you to Maryland, and that can take up to 90 days. So, with all that in mind, sir, do you know what you'd like to do? Have an extradition hearing or give up the right to an extradition hearing?
Your Honor, if I may, before I make that
Sure, go ahead.
decision, can I explain a bit of something to you?
Well, okay, I'll give you the opportunity,
Yes,
but let me
sir.
explain certain things. In certain things, we don't have there's certain procedures we have to follow, okay?
Yes, sir.
We know that, I don't know anything about your situation in Maryland. That's between you and Maryland and your lawyer if you have there, okay? And so I don't know anything about the facts of your case, just know it, apparently what the charges were and a couple of other things. So all I can do is go over what your options are, which I've just done, okay? If that helps you at all, okay?
Okay. Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I know you've spoken of like being unfamiliar with the specifics of my case details,
Yeah.
but I will say that I'm a bit far from home for a great reason, because many men have attempted taking my life in the state of Maryland, all over the place, guns up, you know what I'm saying? But they never get shooting. But I'm just waiting till the day that it's going to be an all-out war. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason that I fled from my land. You know what I'm saying? That's where I grew up most of my whole life.
In Baltimore?
Not Baltimore, but Columbia, Maryland, and just like the vicinity shares like people of the same character. But just in the past week or two, my business partner of a few years had broken into my house and with a pistol, and he's a felon, so he ain't even supposed to have no pistol. He put a gun up to my head, took me for all my stuff, my keys, my house, my wallet, my phone, everything I got to my name. He took it off. So basically, that left me homeless because I didn't feel safe knowing that he had my house key.
Let me interrupt 1 second.
Yes, sir.
You're going into the facts that it goes into the issue between you and Maryland.
Yes, I'm very sorry.
Arizona cannot intervene like that. Okay. So, do you have a lawyer in Maryland? Has one been appointed for you, or did you hire one?
No, I don't have a lawyer, sir.
And then most likely that they'd be having to appoint one for you, and that's something you'd have to talk to your lawyer there in Maryland.
Okay.
But Arizona cannot interfere with something that happens in Maryland. That goes to the facts of the case or your situations.
Sir, can I request that question from you? Can you tell me the date that that warrant was issued?
I can look, see if I can find that out.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Okay. Well, they said they confirmed they will accept. They will extradite you. Let's see here. All I can tell you is they show your last known address was February 16th.
I'm sorry, could you?
They wrote down residence last known, and it looks like they're saying 2025 0216. So I assume that's. I have no idea.
I have no clue what that's meant to, you know.
I'm not sure.
Teach me either.
So sorry, no, I cannot tell you.
So you can't tell me the date that the warrant was issued?
No, I don't have that information.
Right. Okay. Well, honestly, sir, I have to tell you that if I begin like accepting the process for extradition, I fear that I will be murdered if I'm sent back to either Howard County Detention Center or Supermax Jail in Baltimore City. So I'm going to have to make you the statement of saying I will choose to stay in Arizona.
Okay, so let me just deal with this, okay?
Yeah, because they're going to kill me. Them motherfuckers got a lot of guns. Forgive my language, Your Honor.
You know
I know them. They sell heroin. They sell crack. They sell all that. You know what I'm saying?
I hate to say this. I may have heard those words once or twice in my life.
I believe it. You know, I pay my respects to the courthouse, you know? So I never mean to be foul, man.
I'm sorry, I cannot deal. I have no idea and have no sway over Maryland.
Respect. I'm letting you know, I'd rather fight it over here, because if I even go lay my head down in that prison, in that jail, they gonna kill me. 100%. Ain't no doubt about it. I know what kind of motherfuckers I'm dealing with on that side.
Okay.
There's a reason I ran. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. I used my last dollars on that plane ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I go back, I'm a dead man.
Okay, the bond, as I said, is $50,000 cash. Your next court date is going to be, March 10th at 1:30, and be in front of another judge. That'll be at 201 West Jefferson. If you're able to post your bond, you still have to show up for that hearing on March 10th, okay?
Yeah, I certainly will not be able to post that bond, but indeed, I request to be, appointed an attorney.
As I told you, extradition matters are considered, civil in nature, so I cannot appoint one of you.
So can you tell me the nature of the hearing that will be?
You'll probably be seeing Commissioner Spencer. She'll talk about your rights again, and you'll have a chance to talk to her then. All right?
Okay, so before we make this conclusion final, can I just request some clarification, Your Honor?
What's clarification?
Yeah, so basically, if I choose extradition, right?
You mean get a hearing?
Yeah, no, if I choose extradition,
Give up the extradition hearing.
Huh?
You mean give up the right to an extradition hearing? And go back there in 30 days?
Yeah, if I give up the right to an extradition hearing and just get extradited back, how quickly would they be able to get me back?
Up to 30 days.
You know what? Since I know they're going to extradite me anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, do it. Let's do it. Extradite me.
And I got to ask you a whole bunch of questions, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go over that again.
But I know when I get there, I'm ready to kill him. You understand that? It's kill or be killed in that city. I'm telling you right now, it's the reason I left.
Okay. As I said, sir, I appreciate your comments.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do about it, okay? All right.
I'm a man of peace. I love justice. But surely I will defend my life if I have to.
Okay. And at this time, you do want to waive this waiver of extradition. I have to ask you some questions as I'm making a record of this proceeding. You have read the waiver of extradition paperwork?
No, you heard what I said. The waiver, so this just to go back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
because I ain't going to lie to you. When I get back.
You've read the waiver of extradition paperwork?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to knock some heads loose, but it's cool, yo. That's how the government want to do me.
Okay.
I ain't never been no little boy.
Okay, I can ask you these questions.
Go ahead.
Do you understand you do not have to sign the paperwork?
Yeah.
Do you understand you have the right to an extradition hearing?
Yeah.
Do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
I could never. Ain't got $1 to my name.
That's not my question. Do you understand you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
I do.
Do you understand you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you're returned?
I do.
Do you understand you have the right to bond a bail, as I mentioned before?
I do.
Do you want to give up those rights and sign the paperwork?
Yep.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign the paperwork?
Only threatened my life.
No.
No. No one has convinced me to do any sort of action.
Any issue you're talking about is something may have happened in Maryland.
Okay, yeah, I do.
Is that correct?
I do. Yep.
Is that correct?
I'm sorry, could you repeat
Any
that?
threats or anything might have happened against you in regard to Maryland, nothing in Arizona?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Certainly many men have came for me
Okay.
with guns.
Have you used any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours? That would make it more difficult for you to understand these proceedings?
No, sir.
Okay. I find you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing the waiver. I'm also signing it. I'm directing the sheriff's office to notify Maryland that you're ready to return. They'll have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up unless there are local charges pending. If there are local charges pending, 30 days will not start until the conclusion of the case. All right, if you would step over there, please.
Yes, sir. According to my knowledge, no local charges pending, so.
I'm not aware of any either.
Yeah. So I hope to get home back ASAP, because I'm ready to have to knock their heads loose. But that's what the government wants. Yeah, all right. I ain't gonna lie to you. I came over west for a reason. Because over West Baltimore, I was ready to kill a lot of people. You understand that? Whole gang.
Give me 1 second. Did it come through?
I ain't never been no kid. You feel me?
You can find.
It's gonna pop up in a moment. It ain't popped up.
No, you just signed. You could pop up on it.
Like straight up, I ain't never been no boy. I'm gonna take their heads off if they try me. You understand that? And I know they want to try me because they already been trying me.
So it's not accepting your signature. Can you try writing your name, please?
ain't never been a violent man, but I never been a weak one. You understand that?
Can you write your name on it?
I'm getting ready for war. You understand that? Because I know it's a gang, a whole bunch of them waiting for me with my name on their bullets. You understand that? Yeah, so it's cool. I'm just gonna make my preparation.
Listen to what she's saying, please.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
You know, way up there, I'll bring you the paper.
Let's go. Kill their asses. I'm telling you right now.
All right, now the last matter is the house call, and Mr. Hood, YC house call.
Some matters.
Very good. All right, he's got two matters. First one is probation matter, CR 2022-123630, class 3 felony. I think that's an, he's on probation for aggravated assault or deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a class 3 felony, a domestic violence complaint, alleged to violate 2, 7, 12, and 21. I appointed a lawyer for him, and I have to amend it here. Okay, alleged to violate, it's not taking it. Appointing a lawyer for him. His next court date will be on March 3rd at 8:30, 201 West Jefferson Superior Court for the arraignment hearing. He's not, must contact his probation over within 72 hours, can't possess any weapons, can't contact the original victim or victims, can't consume any alcohol, no drugs. Okay, and pursuant to Rule 7.2C, he'll be held without bond. And in his new case, he's charged with aggravated assault, deadly weapon, dangerous instrument, class 3 felony, disorderly conduct, class 1 misdemeanor, resisting arrest, passive resistance, class 1 misdemeanor, aggravated domestic violence, class 5 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. The aggravated domestic violence and the drug paraphernalia, I do not find probable cause. But in regard to the other ones, I do appoint a lawyer for him. His next court date will be March 3rd at 8:30. For a status conference of witness preliminary hearing at this point scheduled for March 5th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street. No contact with the alleged victim, no weapons, no alcohol, no drugs. If he gets out, he must contact the probation officer within 72 hours. I'm seeing a cash bond of $250,000. Is that it?
All set? That is part of the record.